So dear students, now we are going to do some questions on chapter gravitation. So the first question is, two identical spheres of radius r made up of same material are kept at a distance d apart, then the gravitational attraction between them is proportional to, right? See, let us assume that capital D is much greater than the radius of these spheres, although it must be given in the question. So we are assuming that capital D is much greater than radius of these spheres. So we can now treat these spheres as point masses, and obviously the gravitational force is going to be capital G m1 m2 divided by d square. So force is proportional to d raised to the power minus 2, dear students, right? It was an easy question. Let's move on to the next question. Two spheres of mass m and m are situated in air and the gravitational force between them is F, and the space between the masses is now filled with a liquid of specific gravity 3. What will be the gravitational force? Gravitational force does not depend on the medium present between the masses, so gravitational force has to remain same, that is F. Okay. Now next question, dear students. Two identical copper spheres. See, this is a different type of question. We have two identical spheres. They are kept touching each other. Okay, this is a little misleading question. Mass of this sphere be capital M, mass of this sphere be capital M. Let us assume that mass being concentrated at their center of mass. Okay. Distance between their centers is 2 times of capital R. Now force between them is actually, according to Newton's law of gravitation, it is capital G m1 m2 divided by distance square. So this is capital G by 4, mass is 4 by 3 pi r cube into density, volume into density. For the other sphere also it is 4 by 3 pi r cube into rho divided by capital R square. So we can say that force here is proportional to capital R raised to the power 4, dear students. Okay, that doesn't mean that Newton's law of gravitation has changed. Actually the capital R was constant here, and we actually replace the value of mass by volume into density. Okay, right. So kindly note down, dear students, we have got the answer as R raised to the power 4. If G is the acceleration to gravity on the surface of earth, its value at a height equal to double the radius of the earth. Okay, we have the formula which is gr square by r plus h whole square. H is actually equal to 2r, so the answer comes out to be G by 9, dear students. Very easy question. Okay. Now the acceleration to gravity is G at a point distance r from the center of the earth, and r is less than the radius of the earth. See, earth is a solid sphere, so the plot of acceleration to gravity is actually in magnitude, it is actually like this. So it is directly proportional to small r up to the surface of the earth, and then inversely proportional to r square outside. So the answer is directly proportional to small r, distance from the center. As we move away from the center of the earth, acceleration to gravity increases linearly till the surface of the earth, and after that it decreases, it obeys inverse square law, right? A body of mass m is taken from earth's surface, right? Body of mass m is taken from earth's surface to where? To the height equal to twice the radius of earth. Okay, you have to calculate the change in potential energy. We have the formula for change in potential energy, dear students, as when 1 mgh over 1 plus h by r, very important formula. Height is equal to twice the radius of the earth, so mg into 2r divided by 1 plus 2, this comes out to be 2 by 3 mgr, dear students. We have an option here? Yes, we have an option here. A very easy question. We have to be very quick while solving these questions. Now comes an important question, rather even a difficult question also we can say. So this is a question. Let me redraw the diagram, as the diagram is not clear here. This is, what? solid sphere. Okay, this is a solid sphere, right? From otherwise continuous solid sphere, another solid sphere is removed of radius r by 2 is removed. Okay, we have a shaded portion now. What we are asked to calculate? Let us see. Okay, we have to calculate the potential at the center of the cavity. We have to calculate the gravitational potential here, dear students. Is it a solid sphere? Yes, it is a solid sphere. So, what we have to do is, the potential at point O is actually the potential due to big sphere at point O minus potential due to small sphere at point O. Okay, right? So basically for big sphere we have to use the formula for potential inside the solid sphere. What is that? Let this be V1 and let this be V2. Let us first calculate V1. V1 is actually going to be the formula for potential inside the solid sphere is minus Gm by R 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 small r square by capital R square. What is small r? This small r is actually r by 2, I suppose. This is small r square by capital R square. Okay, so we have a formula here. This comes out to be minus Gm by R 3 by 2 minus 1 by 8, dear students. Okay, so can we take the LCM here? Yes, we can take the LCM. This is actually minus Gm by R minus Gm by R 3 by 2, LCM is 8. Okay, LCM is 8 and this is 12 minus 1, that is 11 by 8 minus Gm by R. No problem. Can we calculate the potential due to the small sphere? This small sphere, that is the removed part, we have to calculate the potential at the center of the removed part, right? And potential at the center is given by, it is actually minus 3 by 2 Gm by R minus 3 by 2 G. What is the mass of this sphere? See, radius is r by 2, volume is proportional to r cube. So r by 2 cube will become 1 by 8. So volume of this portion is 1 by 8 times of volume of the big sphere. Don't have to take the area, you have to take the volume because it is a solid sphere, not a disk. Okay, so volume will be 1 by 8th of original volume and mass will be of the bigger sphere. So mass will be 1 by 8th of the mass of the bigger sphere and minus 3 by 2 Gm by R. Radius is not r, it is r by 2, dear students. So this comes out to be, I suppose, minus 3 by 8 Gm by R. Yes, is it? Let us see, let us check. Yes, it is. Okay, let us now replace the value of V1 and V2 and see what comes out. Okay, what we get. So from here, this V1 minus V2 comes out to be minus Gm by R, dear students. This is 11 by 8 minus V2. So this becomes plus 3 by 8, I suppose. Let us see. V1 is minus Gm by R 11 by 8, correct. Negative of negative V2, that means it will be minus Gm by R 11 by 8, yes, this is correct. And this will be plus 3 by 8. It should be here minus only, right? This is wrong. It should be minus. Since we have taken minus common now, okay. This is a minus 11 by Gm by R and minus minus becomes plus, right? Correct, dear students. So this becomes minus Gm by R, okay, and 11 minus 3, 8 by 8 comes out to be 1. So minus Gm by R is the answer, right? This was indeed a good question, dear students. The answer is minus Gm by R. Potential due to the bigger sphere at point O minus potential due to the removed part at point O, right? Right. Kindly note down, dear students. So infinite number of masses, each 1 kg. Okay, we have infinite number of masses here. I'm sorry, let us go back to the question. Gravitation, yeah. See, this is XY system, coordinate system. We have infinite number of masses placed at This is plus minus 1 meter, plus minus 2, plus minus 4, plus minus 8. Okay, this is 1 meter and 1 meter. This is 2 meter and 2 meter. This is 4 meter and 4 meter. This is 8 meter and 8 meter. We are asked to calculate the field or the potential. Let us see. Potential is a scalar quantity, field is a vector. We have to calculate the potential. That means we have to consider all the masses in that case. We don't have to take the vector sum because obviously potential is not a vector. Okay. Each mass 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, right, 1 kg and so on. So till infinity is it? Yes, it is till infinity, right? It is till infinity. From here also it is till infinity. So we are going to calculate actually potential from on one side only. We will double the value. Okay, minus Gm by R, minus G m 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 by R up to obviously minus up to infinity. Why 2? Why we are multiplying the value 2? Because in order to account for the both left hand side and right hand side masses. Okay, let us take minus 2g common, right? Now this comes out to 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 cube up to infinity. This becomes an infinite GP, which is a plus AR square up to infinity. Sum of an infinite GP is a divided by 1 minus r. First term is called a and the number from which every term is getting multiplied is common ratio r, right? So we have a formula now which is minus 2g 1 over 1 minus 1 by 2. So this is minus 4 times of capital G, or okay, this is 4 times of capital G in magnitude. They haven't taken the negative sign, right? Obviously the magnitude, right dear students? I hope this is clear to everyone. Change in gravitational potential energy, right? We have a formula here which is mgh over 1 plus h by r, where h is the height above the earth's surface, okay, is raised to height nr above the earth's surface. So we have got the direct formula, mg nr divided by 1 plus n is the formula, dear students. Do we have an option here? Yes, we have an option here. This is the correct one. Body is taken from surface of earth to a height that is n times the radius of earth. Obviously this is the answer, right? Escape velocity of a planet having mass and radius, okay. Do we have a formula for escape velocity? Yes, it is under root 2 gm divided by r, right? Okay, under root 2 gm by r. The escape velocity of a planet having mass 6 times the mass of earth. Okay, let us replace the mass by 6 times the mass of earth, and radius twice that of earth. Okay, so this comes out to be root 3 times under root 2 gm by r. That means root 3 times escape velocity. Okay, easy, right dear students? Easy question, kindly note down. 4 particles each of mass capital M must be located at the vertex. Okay, yes, 4 particles each having mass capital M. They are placed at the vertices of a square, right? These are the vertices of a square. What we have to calculate? The gravitational potential due to this at the center of the square is, just calculate the potential due to 1 point mass multiplied by 4. 4 times minus gm, distance is this L by root 2. L by root 2, okay. This comes out to be minus 4 root 2, minus 4 root 2 gm by L, 4 goes inside, it becomes minus root 32 gm by L, dear students. Easy? Yes, it is. Okay, no, it is minus. We have minus also, right? Kindly note down, dear students, potential is a scalar quantity. Due to symmetry, instead of calculating the potential due to individually 4 point masses, I just calculate the potential due to 1 point mass, then I multiplied the value by 4.